Hello there, and welcome back to Steam It with Steve. Today we're going to continue on with our tiny house tutorial, and we're going to learn about how to put doors into the house. Okay, so we've got 4 different things that we're going to have a look at. So to start with, we're going to obviously create some doors. The first one is we're going to build a door entrance, which is just going to be a simple hole. So we're just going to learn how to cut a hole into the door. The next one, then we're going to learn how to do a hinge door for the bathroom. We're then going to learn how to do a sliding door for this third option. And then we're going to learn how to do some main entrance glass doors over here. So there's a whole heap of different options that we're going to do. They're going to get progressively harder, but hopefully they'll build on the skills that you've seen up here before. Cool. So to start with, just going back to our original model, we have our tiny house. So we have the bedroom, we have the bathroom here. So the first one we're going to do is we're just going to build a hole in the wall here. Now, because we've done the tagging along the way, we can actually hide all the walls outside of it, which is going to make it a whole heap easier when we build this first door. Okay, so to do this, what we're going to do is we're going to measure it off. So we're going to get the measuring tape. Okay, I'm going to hide that so we get a bit more space. And we're going to go, oops, sorry, not tag. We want measuring tape, not that. And we're going to go from that corner. And again, this is super rough, but let's go along that line 500 mil. So see how the tape measure is along the line. It's made green, which is super easy. So now we have a dot. So to cut a hole in that wall, and we'll just move it up a bit there so we can see a bit better. We use that dot and we just build a rectangle into it. So we're going to cut into it. So we use the rectangle tool, we move across and we go up. So most doors, let's go 1900 high. So that's going to be the standard. And we just want to be 1000 wide. Enter. So we now have a door. Now to cut into it, we just use the push pull tool. And this can sometimes be a little bit funky. My hint to you, if it does get funky, is look for the on edge command. So we're going to click on that, move all the way forward. Oh, it's been good for us. Awesome. So it's cut perfectly. And there we go. First door done. We're then going to do the next one. So this is going to be door number 2, which is going to be into the bathroom. So again, same thing. It's going to go into this wall. Actually, we need to use the measuring tape first again. So we're going to measure from the corner. Let's go 500 mil again. Seems reasonable. And then we're going to do exactly the same process. So we're going to go find that dot guiding point, move across up the wall. And in this time, we want to go 900 and then 1000 up. Again, you can change these. This is just what I'm doing as a standard, so we don't get worried too much about it. And then you just move forward. Ah, perfect. So that's what I was saying sometimes will happen. So to fix that, and this took a while to work out, you need to find on the face. So that means it's going to go relative to that corner on where the other side intersects with it. Okay, and then it actually will cut through. So all you got to do is look for that on face. So just to show that again, that was the skill. I used the push pull, gone through and it's gone funky. So instead of that, we try and find where it says on face, and then it will get rid of it. Okay, fantastic. So we do have that door now. Now we're going to actually build a wooden door for the front of this. So this is a little bit different compared to what we've done before. So we're going to move. Let's use the hand tool and move back a little. And what we're going to do is draw it outside of the house so we don't get as confused. So we're going to use the rectangle tool. Going to go down here, and it doesn't matter exactly where we draw it. I'm just going to draw it here. And we're going to give it the same dimensions. So we're going to go, it's 1000 wide, comma 100. So we now have the base. So that is the very bottom of the door in 2 dimensions. And now we're just going to pull that up. So we're going to use the push pull tool, click on that, find a little arrow in the middle so it gets dotted. And we're going to make that 1900 as well. Cool. So now we have the front of the door. Now from here, you could just move that across. The trouble is if you just move it, it gets a bit funky. Because what happens is it's still not grouped properly. Okay, so to fix that, it's really easy. We need to group it together. So we're going to use the arrow key, select the whole thing, and then we're going to right click, and then we go down to here where it says make a group. So now when we move that around, it moves it as a whole unit. Pretty cool. So instead of the individual faces, it's now bounded. Now to make this a little bit more fun, we're actually going to add in a door handle. So this is really basic. You can spend way more time than what I'm going to on this, but here's a real simple example. So roughly the door handle would be about here. Okay, and we'll make that, I don't know, 60 mil wide. So we've got our door handle now. Now we're going to actually pull that out. And we'll pull that out 80 centimeters, 80 mils, sorry. Cool. So we've got a little cute little door handle now. We can then also group that. So we'll select that using the select tool. And we'll group that guy. So now we have a group there. Or is that selected something behind it? Yeah, we don't like that. Let's ungroup that. So let's do the select tool again. That's looking a little bit better. And then we'll make a group. Perfect. So see how I was a bit concerned? It looks like it's selected something behind it as well instead of just that. Cool. So now we've got that selected. Here's something really cool. We'll actually add a material to it. So this is where it gets a little bit more fun. So with the materials, we can add a whole heap of different things in here. Let's make it a little bit more metallic looking. Let's see what that looks like. Let's try this guy. Nope. That looks pretty cool. Awesome. And then the other thing that we could do is make the door a wooden door. So let's go back here, select the door, and let's see if there's some wooden stuff down here. Yep, perfect. So we'll go wood. Let's try this example first. Cool. Well, let's try that one just in case. Yeah, that looks a bit better. Awesome. So we now have our door. So now what we can do is just simply move the door. So we click on the move tool. And the trick with this is you want to click on the corner of the object and then click it where it's actually going to go. So it's endpoint. So what I'm going to do is click on this corner here and then click on the corner over here so we can zoom in. Like so. Perfect. Just so we can see that again. I've clicked on this corner here. I've moved it in and it's gone. Ooh, we forgot the handle. So a trick with that, what we'll do is we'll group it. So we'll select all of that again. So see how the handle and the door is now grouped. We'll make that as a group now. So now when we move this guy from that corner, it then moves everything into that corner. So we'll click on there and then click on there. Perfect. And we'll escape. So let's hide these materials now. So now we have our door. We use the hand tool and we move across. Now, to make this a bit more fun, well, let's make the door slightly open. To do that, and this is why we tag stuff. So we'll use the tags down here. Just hide the materials now. And what I'm going to do is hide the bathroom. So now we can just see the top of this door. To rotate this, we use the rotate tool over here, or you can press R. So you press this one, then rotate. And what you'll see is a little protractor. Now, if we want to rotate it this way around, we need to put it on top of it all. So we need to go on the very top up here. Usually what I like to do is find the corner that I want to rotate it from. So this is where it's going to rotate around. So it's the pivot point. And then this is the area that we want it to move. So what we're going to do is we then just type in, 45 degrees. Bam. Door done. So now if we go back to the selection tool, bring back the bathroom, bring back the walls, we now have a door that's slightly ajar. How cool is that? And you can play around with that. If you want to make the door slightly more open or closed, totally up to you. Done. So that's the first door done and the second door. So now we're going to move on to the third door, which is going to be this guy around the back here. Okay, so this is going to get a little bit more trickier. So let's get rid of the walls again, and then let's measure in. So we're going to do a sliding door this time. So we click on there. Let's go 500 in again. Let's keep going with that pattern, and let's get the rectangle tool. So we go up here to the rectangle tool, click on the corner here, and we're just going to go up on that face. So we're going to go same measurements. So we're going to go 1900, 1000, and we have our door. And because it's a sliding door, all we've got to do now is cut that hole. So hopefully that will go through. Perfect. And it's cut into that face perfectly. Epic. So then the next bit is we want to actually make a little sliding door that comes out of this hole. Okay, so sometimes sliding doors, as long as there's enough space where it looks like the same length as that over here, that's perfectly fine to do. So to do that, what we need to do then is measure in how far in this sliding door is going to go. So if we go from this corner over here, and I keep along the same axis point by going to there, which is 100 million. Whoop. And now what I'm going to do is type in 20 mil. So it now makes a little starting point there. Now this is the hack. Some people will draw it all out with lines, which you can do, but this will make your life a whole heap easier. You literally click on the face and you go up. So instead of going 1900, what we're going to do is we're going to go 1880 up. And instead of going 100 back, because we've already gone 20 back and we want to go 20 back on the other side, that will leave us with 60 across. Cool. So now if we use the hand tool going up, we should see in here, if we rotate around, cool. So you should see that, see how it's made the gap like that. Now to make the sliding door, all we've got to do is use the push-pull tool. So we go push-pull, click on that, and just drag it out. Okay, so let's go that far. Doesn't have to be exact. There's no exact science with this. Awesome, sliding door done and dusted. Great, so now we probably should do some tagging here just so that we've got it all under control. So rather than leaving it at the end and then going on a tagging spree, we can do it now. So that was a door. So we'll add that in and we'll call that bathroom door 1. And we'll tag it. And because it's all grouped, this is how easy it is. You literally click that and now the bathroom door can hide or show. Super easy. So that's good. Walls are all good. Bathroom, oh, that's a little bit funky now. So we've got this edge where the cut was happened. So to fix that, it's pretty easy. All we're going to do is we literally hide the bathroom here, and we click on the bathroom tag, and we just go through and click on them all. So what happens here? We click on bathroom. Whoop, we don't want to do that one. We want. Now we'll hide the floor, so then that doesn't happen. So we'll hide the floor, click on bathroom, and then we'll go through each of these points. And again, this is a bit of an art, not a science. Just be patient as you can. And then we click on that one. Cool. So now, oh, and one more there. So now when the bathroom comes back and forward, it should look okay. Cool. Then the bedroom, let's have a look. And I suspect this will be looking a little bit funky now as well. Yep, which it does. That's fine. So we're just going to use the hand tool, come up here, zoom in a bit. And we just got to click on some of the bedroom ones. Now, don't worry so much about the bottom ones on the ground. It's more just so when we're drawing other stuff, it doesn't interfere as badly. So we're going to click on bedroom and then use the tag. And we're just going to zoom in here and click on this. Now, the trick with this is you basically want the very bottom left-hand corner to click on it. And it should turn purple each time that you click on it. This one's going to be a little bit more funky because we've got the door. So use the hand tool, come across, zoom in. You could make the door as a separate thing if you want, but because it's all part of the bedroom, I'm happy just to make that part of the bedroom tags. So what we'll do, we'll go across like that. And this is a bit tedious, but that's part of the fun. And then that one. And because we've hidden everything else, we can just do a bit of a clicking. It does get rid of it. Cool. So now, if I click everything back on, we can now see everything as it comes out. Pretty cool. Cool. So the front door, we now need to do a glass door, sliding doors on the front here. So this is the fourth and last door that we're going to sort of put together here. So we want to leave that all there. Let's go across here to the measuring tool. Let's hide the tag so we get a bit more space. And we're going to click on the corner here. And instead of 500, let's go in 2 meters. So we'll go 200. Does that work? No. Let's go again. So click, move it across, 2000. Perfect. So there's our little guiding point. And we're going to do 2 glass doors. So what we're going to do is put on the face a rectangle, starting from that point there, moving up, and we want to go 1900, 1000. And then we're going to do it again from here. So we go across 1900, 1000. Cool. So we have our 2 rectangles. Now, what we can do then is we want to use the offset tool. Now the offset tool is pretty cool. What it's going to do is we're going to make a little trim around the edge of these doors so it looks like they're separate. Okay, so to do this, we're going to click on the edge, and this happened to me last time. So unfortunately, sometimes this offset messes up. Okay, so it is a free software. We have to be a bit more adaptable. I actually worked out a hack to get around this. So if this happens to you where you click and the offset tool doesn't give you the options to type anything in, all we got to do is we click and hold it down, and then we type in exactly what we wanted to do. So if we want to go 70, we type 70 and then enter. Okay. We're going to do this again on this side. I'm suspecting it's going to happen again. So all I've done is I've clicked and I'm holding it down, and then I'm going to type in 70. Cool. So there's just a little bit of a hack for you. Now to make the raised edges around here, because we want to make them look a little bit different, all we're going to do is use the push-pull tool again. So we go up here, press P, or use the push-pull tool. And we want to click on this face here, which isn't working. So let's just escape out of here. Cool. And then we go back and see how it's made the dotted lines there. So we're going to pull that out, and we're going to pull that out. Let's go 70 mil. Okay. Oh, and I've missed the push-pull on that one. So let's go back here, push-pull, and I think we did 70 again. That's not quite so right. Let's go again. So let's type it in 70. Cool. So this one, we're going to push-pull out, and we're going to push-pull that out. Oh, let's escape. So it's getting a bit different here. So we go here, push-pull. Let's go to the select tool first and just deselect everything. So then we go here, push-pull, find this corner here. Instead of 70, let's go out 40. Okay, so now that looks like they're 2 separate doors. Okay, which is pretty cool. So now what we can do, let's cut the doors out. So we actually want to make these transparent, so it's a bit more easier for the person to see. So let's use the push-pull tool and actually cut into this. So I'm going to use on edge when that comes up. So now I've made a hollow wall, and same with this. I want to say on face. Cool. And then now we have these hollow doors. We're going to go through exactly the same process we did before. This one's going to get a little bit trickier. So we're going to draw a rectangle. Now, because these went in 70 on each side, that's 140 together. It's actually going to be a little bit different for the rectangle down the bottom here. So instead of 1000, we will do, was it 140 take away from 1000, which will leave us with what, 860. And then we want to still keep it 10 mil thick. So we'll go 100. Sorry, 100 mil, which is 10 centimeters. So that is the dimensions there. So if we move that just so to prove to me that it's all good, We come here to the move tool. Oh, hang on, we want to pull that up first. So we want to push pull this guy up. And this time, instead of 1900, we want to do 1900 minus 160, which will leave us with 1760, because we want to take away 140. So 1760. And then we have our door. So we want to actually group that together. Hopefully that's all good. We'll make a group. Whoop, that looks like I've selected something behind it again. So we'll select just that, and then we'll go make a group. Cool. So now to make this transparent, we'll just go over to our materials, get under glass and mirrors. Anything with this diagonal line through it actually means that it is transparent. So if we click on this one and then click on there, we now have a grayish glass door. If we want to do a green one, we can click on that. There's a whole heap down there that you can choose and play around with. If you want to make it like a mesh door, I personally like just this one's probably the best one. Cool, so now we can use the move tool. And we can move that in. So what we should be doing is clicking on the back corner. You can get the hand tool down there. So we want to move it from that corner there in the back. Oh, SketchUp isn't wanting to save for me, sorry. So we click on that corner there and click on that corner there. So now we have our glass door. And then if we deselect it, we can see through it like so, which is pretty cool. The process to actually copy that is super easy. Basically, we click on that one, right? If we press Control once, it will then make a copy. And then we can put it there. But let's all do it all in one go. So if we click on that corner in the back so that it still keeps out that little silhouette on the front, we click on that guy and then we press Control once. There's my door copied in. How cool is that? So now you have 4 separate doors. So we've built the first one, which was a hole in the wall. We've then built a wooden door that opens up, a sliding door, and then the last one that we've actually built is these glass doors on the front, with even the panels, and they're transparent as well, so we can see through them, which is pretty cool. So hopefully you picked something up with all that and enjoyed building those 4 different doors. If you have, can I ask that you like and subscribe down the bottom, because that helps with our YouTube algorithm and it's deeply appreciated. Next time, what we're going to keep going on is we're going to actually look at some of the stuff inside of the house. So now we've pretty much built the frames, we've built the core structure. It's really important that you save this as well. So make sure you saved a copy of this somewhere, because once we start adding the smaller bits, it's easier to, if something does get lost, which does unfortunately happen, you'll have it all backed up there. Cool. Thanks again. See you next time on Steam It with Steve. Adios.